At this time when I'm supposed to be preparing for Christmas and the joy that we celebrate at Christmas, I have to think, do I leave my parish or not?
Also tonight, this woman is thinking about leaving her church because of sexual misconduct allegations, not against a priest, but against the woman Bishop Malone appointed this year to lead the parish. The allegations and the way the diocese handled them has caused an uproar at St. John the Baptist Church in Alden. I-Team Chief Investigator Charlie Specht has a story all new at 11.
Kathy Wagner and Debbie Pirog have been parishioners at St. John the Baptist Church in Alden for decades.
I love the parish.
The country church is different from others in the Buffalo Diocese because it functions without a priest, part of a new model to deal with the shortage of men in the clergy. Earlier this year, Bishop Malone appointed Deborah Brown as the first lay woman parish administrator, telling parishioners, "I assure you, you will be very well shepherded." But Brown now faces multiple allegations of sexual harassment. Allegations that, while not as serious as those leveled against abusive priests, have caused controversy in the parish and have called into question how the diocese deals with complaints.
I went out of Mass at 4 o'clock, and she hugged me real tight and kissed me on the mouth. I was like, and I walked away, and I was, that's terrible. Not another woman ever kissing me on the mouth, for one thing, especially her.
The 87-year-old grandmother says Brown did it again weeks later. She later wrote a letter to the bishop saying Brown hugged me closely and kissed me firmly on the mouth.
Another woman wouldn't kiss me like that. Even my own sisters or my children would never kiss me like that. It was a very sexual kiss.
Pirog's experience was similar to Wagner's, except she says Brown in the parish rectory put her body against mine and her head on my shoulder.
And it was like, that's really, really creepy. It should not have happened. That's just not professional. I felt embarrassed for her.
Not long after Brown was assigned to lead the parish in February, Pirog said the same thing happened a second and then a third time.
I was getting ready to read for a Sunday Mass, and she again came from behind me, put her body against mine in a way that was just wrong. And this was full body against my body in the back. And I was like, this is bad.
Pirog has taught religious education for 25 years. She drew on her experience teaching children when to recognize signs of grooming.
If someone touches your body in a way that they are not supposed to, your body knows it. My body knew it. My body knew that I should not have been touched in a way that Debbie touched me.
For these parishioners, the only thing more troubling than the allegations is the way the diocese has handled them. They put the blame squarely on Bishop Malone and his staff for ignoring their concerns and trying to force this new model of parish leadership to work, despite the obvious division it has caused in the parish. The two women say they have reported the problems to no less than 5 authority figures in the diocese. The women say Bishop Groves directed Brown, the accused, to handle the issue with Pirog, contrary to basic HR practices. Pirog says Dennis Mahaney, a diocesan employee, told her to take care of it herself. And both women say they were interviewed by Steve Halter, director of the Diocese's Office of Professional Responsibility, but he told them he was not empowered to make any final decisions. Both wrote letters in August and October to the bishop, but the case has been in limbo until this week.
They've just brushed it under the rug as a protocol that they really want to work as a pastoral administrator, but they're not listening to facts of what actually happened to the people of the parish.
Frustrated parishioners called a meeting last month to air their concerns, and even talked about taking the rare step of filing a lawsuit against the diocese. Sources say an announcement from the bishop was read at Mass this past Sunday, essentially clearing Brown of all the allegations. We sent a list of questions about the case to diocesan spokeswoman Kathy Spangler. She did not answer the questions, but released a statement saying in part, the complaints of alleged adult misconduct in this case did not warrant the removal of any personnel.
Was it credible? You know, did they interview her, or did anybody else from the parish? Not that I know of.
Pirog was motivated to come forward after hearing the bishop speak in August.
All of God's children deserve the same protection from sexual harassment or contact, including adults.
One of my favorite things to be called, and I tell this to a lot of people, is a child of God. And I've said this for years, that it's one of my favorite things to be called. And evidently, I'm not afforded the same protection because I have age now with me. I'm not 6 or not 10.
She's wondering whether this Christmas will be her last at St. John's.
I have a decision to make because evidently my bishop has made his decision by not really following through on what I brought forward to him.
Now, we did reach out to Debbie Brown as well as the other diocesan employees in this story. They did not respond to our request for comment. As for Brown, she's up for consideration for a 3-year reappointment to her position starting next month. For the I-Team, Charlie Speck, 7 Eyewitness News.